Nicole Gonzalez is a management associate for Standard Life's Disability Risk Management and Health and Wellness Service in Montreal. She spoke with us about managing absenteeism in an organization. What are the major implications of absenteeism for an employer?
The truth is that the data that we have on absenteeism and the cost of absenteeism is extremely partial. What we do know is that we're not tracking absenteeism very well. So we are given numbers of the order of about 2.6%. An organization would spend 2.6% of what they are paying all of their employee population in salary insurance or absenteeism dollars. But again, this is only information that comes from those few organizations who track absenteeism. Basically, the cost of an absent employee is what you're paying this person to be at home, what you're paying the person who's replacing them, what you paid to train that person. And again, the partial data that we have leads us to direct plus indirect costs closer to being 6%. So now we're talking about 2.5 to 3 times what it costs to actually pay this employee to be at home. But there's also the cost that is not calculated of not replacing this employee. So loss of productivity, loss of quality, perhaps you lose a certain amount of expertise, and of course the chain reaction of everyone else having to work harder and perhaps losing a little bit of that happy to go to work attitude when they know they're going to be working for 1.5 person for a couple of days.
What are some ways the HR department can reduce absenteeism in their organization?
Tracking is a really good place to start, considering that very few organizations do. It's really hard to figure out what you want to improve if you don't know how you're doing. Integrate your programs. Tracking will allow you to know the causes. See where your STD dollars are going, see where your LTD dollars are going, see what your employees are doing with their employee assistance program, what are they accessing. So really integrate your programs so that you're offering services and help in those areas that are costing you absences. Ask yourself if you have programs that are alternatives to disability. The only thing we know to do is to call in sick when we can't go to work. But is everybody always sick? We actually do have the numbers to say that that's not the case. People use their absence, their sick days, to take care of life. And for legitimate reasons, but not sick reasons. When you want to expand an absence management program, it cannot be a human resources program. It has to be that employees realize that they are suffering or that they are paying either through benefit dollars or through extra work or overtime, that they are paying for these high absence rates. Managers need to understand that they're the entry point. They're the eyes of the organization. They're also the receiving end of this extra work and this having to reorganize. So raising awareness means that every ingredient, if you want, in the recipe that is absence management understands that the goal to improve what we're doing will pay off for them, not just for the organization.